All right, and we're live.
I'm being repressed.
Don't stop.
Just kidding.
You're not being repressed. Stop that. Hello,
That's
everyone.
talking. Don't mind it.
I mind it heavily because you're my friend, remember?
Yeah.
Good. Anyways, hi, everyone. It is your 𝓮𝓼 𝓲𝓵 coming you all with today's stream.
And I'm the mercenary glitch, apparently.
Apparently.
Yep. I wonder if someone has ever dared making a character like in a story or something like that by the name of 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 𝓛𝓲𝓷𝓵𝓊𝓘.
I'm sorry, what?
Let me have this roulette again. One moment first, I need to figure out which one of these is simple sugar and which one of these is vinegar.
Okay.
Found the sugar. Right. That's the funny thing that I was thinking of. 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓚. That feels like a joke name that could be featured in something like Phoenix Wright. When I think about it.
Could be. Anyway, I should probably get the game up. I slacked off there for a second.
But the sofa's so nice, though. Also, I have something to celebrate. I suppose we could have done this the last time we streamed as well, but I didn't start thinking of it until right now.
What's that?
This last month celebrates 1 year of me being a homeowner. Well, with a mortgage. But still, it's 1 year of me owning a house and owning money for having bought that house, but it's assets.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
Let's
congrats.
see, where's the syrup? Yeah. I just started thinking about it right now this second, and it's getting me hype as hell. Because it's finally starting to feel like this place is home. I mean, I suppose it started feeling like that, like already, like a few months ago. But it was so weird, like first half year, just sort of sitting in this room, this very room, I suppose with less furniture than back then, but sitting in this room and thinking to myself, having to keep telling myself, this is your home, this is your place, no one else owns this but you. Well, I suppose the bank has a claim on it if I fail to pay them, but that's beside the point. That's like Kingdoms and War stuff.
Yeah. I'll
But yeah.
actually. I don't understand that.
1 year of living, and I still don't have I still haven't bought a conventional piece of sitting furniture. I have 4 beanbag chairs, and I'm currently using 2 of them as a gaming chair.
Hey, we work at our own pace.
Well, you say work at our own pace. The thing that I'm the most happy with when it comes to my gaming beanbag chairs is that, as a joke, the joke my friends started telling once they started noticing that my normal gaming chair was getting disformed by the way I sat in it, is that, oh, you sit like a bisexual, you can never sit straight, you're wrecking your stuff. If you're looking at that beautiful chair in the background there, imagine that, but it's tilting like 5 degrees backwards and to the right. And that's his resting stage. Like, it's me sitting in it in the way that I usually sit in things, it deforms the metal over time. So having a beanbag chair, I get to maneuver this thing how I want, and there's no bones to break.
That is fair. All right.
Also, did you hit your goal? Is that full bar I'm seeing down there?
Apparently.
I'll see 280 out of 280.
Oh, let's start it up. Holy fuck. What do I go do that?
Yeah.
Stream manager goals. All right.
I didn't mean to open up that.
That's
Here
new
we go.
goal.
Yosh! Yeah, up in it by 10, up in it by 20. Ba-da-ba! Was that yours or mine?
Oh, that was mine.
Okay. On today's multitask menu, more than likely, I might be doing some macro management in the 14 world of things.
The fourth. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
gonna be
fucking
fun.
around with macros. Yeah, I'm
That's cool.
I'm currently setting up. I'm currently setting up my my macros in such a way where I have a line of buttons besides the party list, and I want to have it in such a way that I have like a communal like party action button. So when I click, for example, I'm playing. Let's say I'm playing. What's a good one? Oh gosh, which one? Which is the one that you would remember? Let's just be silly about it. Let's say I'm playing. Let's say I'm playing White Mage, and I just want to have my full heal on a button, and I don't want to fumble with select party member push button. So instead, I have a line of buttons labeled 2 through 8 on the side of the party list, or just right beside their name, called class action or something like that, like class utility. I click that, and it reads through all the different skills of all the different classes that I have on that macro, and it only executes the one that I have ability to use, which in this case would be Benediction. So it would do that, and it would instantly do that on the target without changing who I am currently targeting.
That's impressive.
Yeah. All right, Batch, let's get to it.
Yep. Let's get this show on the road.
That's you.
How do the investigations go, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas.
Rather, like, the whole thing is like one big, like, gray area, like one big blotch of something.
Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate.
Well, sure, I believe in you, but do you believe in yourself that believes in the me that believes in the you?
Oh, sis, you and that anime of yours. Let me offer you a piece of advice, Mr. Wright. Yeah?
Let me die.
A defense attorney should never believe their client.
Boo.
Boo! The defendant is called to the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. Check out this badge. Whatcha?
Wata!
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
I think maybe something that I did was I wrote Sky. They wrote Lana as an edge to me in the same way that Edgeworth is an edge to Phoenix.
I think so.
That's very much the thing that I'm getting out of it, because yeah, like I'm starting to feel like they might be they might have been good like a good foil to each other.
They're a little too edgy. My first trial without a fate. No one's going to bail me out this time.
I mean, if you want to make a fate pact, I'm right here.
So I have to discover the truth all by myself, despite the fact that there is a walking fae right next to me, possessing the sky.
Well, okay. Well, let's do it, Mr. Phoenix. Let us go there. What am I talking about? I'll be with you the whole way. Sure, why not?
Oh boy, let's get this party on the road.
Woo, doggy.
Woo, doggy. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓾𝓲𝓵. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial.
You've been slacking.
I know, right?
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment will be made here in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
The Chief Prosecutor 𝓲𝓪𝓷𝓵 has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Like, wow, he's much more forceful, in person. Wow. I suddenly feel like I could confess, everything to him. Wow. However, she will now pay for the rashness with, She will now pay for the rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. She sold dango, a professional witness. Professional witnesses are bullshit.
Well, then, call your first Edgeworth, Mr. Wright. Call your first Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand.
A cough-up queen?
Miss X-Clown.
Haven't I seen you somewhere? You're the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before.
Wait, did she really just give him food that he didn't order and he just ate it?
The judge is really wolfing it down. Yes, he is.
How is he alive? How is he alive? How has he not been poisoned?
And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
Fine, you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Edward's not having any of her shit.
No, it's not. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? Oh, so this is not able to raise my caviar. It's so tasty it hurts.
That's the arsenic, Judge. That's the arsenic.
I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. The heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
It tastes like pickling liquid.
Apparently.
Name, profession, now.
Me? The name's Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running lunch ad these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident for us.
Excuse me, wait. I'm not finished eating. I got some brownies here I gotta enjoy with next. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. I should know, we usually call the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean?
I am a professional. Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was fired for incompetency and fraudulent claims. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Wait, we haven't heard that before.
I know, right?
Anyways, moving on. What? Miss Star was a detective? Wow. Wow.
Ah! You are? You cough up? Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here.
Blue doggy.
Ooh, doggy. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block for the prosecution office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? Crime took place by the car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who is this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Wait, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright. I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. That some poor losers aren't willing to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Are they talking about me?
Objection! Witness is fraternizing with the judge.
Objection! This is bullshit. Somehow I knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finally honed detective intuitions at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip into the knife. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bring out a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt. You forgot the evidence.
I know, right?
Moving on, Edgeworth. Moving on.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the points of the knife, which you saw being stabbed at Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that.
Like, it was merely a flesh wound, like Mr. Phoenix? Like, you know, like the movie? Like the funny one? You know, like the funny one? You're not laughing, you know, like the funny one? You know?
I don't know. I don't know about that. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Okay, Mr. Wright, you may call bullshit.
Alright, let's start pressing.
Speaking of pressing, I really need to get making some more rice balls. I'm out of rice.
Oh, sorry, I realize I skipped that thing. I saw the
it's all
prosecutor's
you.
basic horrors of crime. It really is on me. Yet the methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
Like, Miss Star, like, do you have, like, something personal against, like, prosecutors? Maybe? Like, maybe you're a bitch? Like, maybe? Just like, maybe?
I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. laid off, he was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well.
You just contradict yourself in this same press.
I know, right?
I hate prosecutors. I'm completely unbiased. I'm unbiased when being a witness versus this prosecutor murderer.
I know, right? This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
I've said
That
so.
boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. I'll have you know I have started my own professional harem, and it is all very consensual. Care to join, Judge? You could be this here boyfriend.
Yeah, if we
Another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
if we remove the fact that she's a bitch, like polycules are a thing.
Yeah. If she wasn't such a bitch, she'd actually be justified. I'll stick with allergies, thank you.
Like, note to self, like the judge needs to have to think before applying. Like, I think he might be charmed.
The security guard room is in the lot, in A block.
It is
It's
a
up on
block of
second
cement
levels.
landing on your head.
It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. The room with the security sign. And incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block.
So, like, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime? Like, really? Huh.
Gotta press everything.
Indeed.
You sensed something. So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? If I like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet a tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. White cheddar. He was not good enough for us.
I can think of one pale white cheese that is tangy, and that's chèvre, the goat cheese. Also, cheddar is usually aged. And also, it's not pale. Cheddar is usually like more yellow or red, depending on how old it is.
Weird. That must be hard, yellow, and sharp as a tack.
Like what's the with the odor of like an old cheese to match, like the really old one.
In any case, there's a lot. In the lot, I felt something staring at the back of my mind.
Like, I was thinking murder, bitch? Yes.
By garage car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it?
Indeed it was. I'm being framed for murder again.
What an odd case this is. The person you saw, are you sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. She's telling the truth, we're doomed.
Like, let's just do what we can for now. Like, even if we don't have any proof, like, we can always be like nosy and like nitpick like everything. You know, like everything.
In your testimony, you clearly say the following: prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Do you not realize I have an undefeated streak of winning? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me.
You have already been
I'll
disgraced
fry you like a
once.
fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
Bailiff!
That was
Bailiff!
inspiring! Bailiff! Smack Mr.
No,
Wright!
It wasn't inspiring, it was a threat! I believe, like, I've heard that tagline out somewhere else before. Like, you could cry, like, plagiarism, I think maybe. Or, like, maybe you could, like, ask for, like, not be threatened.
I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
Lunch ladies aren't lowly. Lunch ladies are wonderful. And lunchmen as well.
I know, right? A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and I snapped. I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again.
Bitch.
My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, it's most certainly the defendant.
My boyfriend's better than you.
Oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky.
You say that, but is it just me, or does the face of Angel and Lana kind of match, like, from that picture in here?
It does kind of look that way.
Also, what was the defendant doing at the time?
Oh, right, sorry. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
Yes, that is about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
I think we got prosecutors mixed up with von Karmas.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill a person. Hmm? Perhaps the chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor?
So, the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Like,
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no?
Phoenix, that's...
First has a
the defense
point.
has a point. If you see a crime, report it. Don't stop it. It's dangerous. If you die, you can't report jack shit.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see.
Like, it was only like a flesh wound. Like I told you this before, Mr. Phoenix. Like, we can make it. Like, flesh wound? Or you know like the knight? You know like the
Said
knight?
that
Like,
before. Anything else, Whaleduck?
No, like, that's what I've got. But, like, scientifically speaking, like, Miss Star's testimony is, like, bullshit.
Sounds perfectly fatal to me.
Like, what do we do? Like, what is it? Like, is my sister really guilty? Like, I mean, she's a bitch, but she's not that kind of a bitch, you know?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that! Like, no, please, no.
Okay,
Ew,
fine.
like, no, turn that other way. Turn.
So I've pressed everything.
I can think of two things that has been pressed in this courtroom, and that is Edward's cheeks. And for once, I'm talking about the ones on his face. Can you look at the photo real quick? Is there anything... Is there anything that looks like the photo might have been mirrored? Oh wait, she didn't take a picture of the knife stabbing itself, did she? Oh wait, she did?
No, she took. This is the picture. This picture is a result of a After Effect.
Does he have a picture of the one of the stabbing as well? Oh wait. Edgeworth's car, that's the one that looks like a proper car, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is B, and okay, yeah. The direction of that checks out, kinda, I guess.
The lunchbox to her boyfriend. I'm trying. Oh god, I actually am having a hard time with this.
Died an hour and a half later. Actually, that's the thing. If he died an hour and a half later and she was there,
she
like,
could have saved him.
Later wasn't, yeah, she wasn't standing there like forever. At the very least, she could have got that. She could have gotten that testimony from him as well.
No.
Nope. I'm sorry.
They aren't,
Wright, we didn't activate your time bitch powers. Oh wait, so no prints. Oh, but then I suppose it could have been wiped off. I guess that makes sense.
Throw it at this. Ow.
Should I keep a walkthrough on hand just in case?
No. I will brute protection overruled.
I won't open it, but I will have it ready in case you feel the need to use it.
We press everything.
Okay, so I have the page open. I have it scrolled down to right above the trial. So if you ever need it, if you want me to drop vague hints, I can go and get it. But until further notice, I won't say anything.
I appreciate it.
Because that way I can also try and figure out this bullshit myself.
Yeah. Hey, I got to mark a death because I knew at that point I was dead for.
Bleh.
Bleh.
Let's see, ancient
Detective, security guard.
Actually, that might be it.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way to get to Block A from Block B. And there's a security office in the top left corner of the Lot A. Nope.
Ah, damn it.
That might be a case of too early, not right.
The fact that she doesn't mention a time is actually what's annoying.
Can you further examine the photo she took? Does it have metadata on it?
It does not.
Oh, no text, nothing. Okay. You're just tossing spaghetti at the wall.
I am just tossing spaghetti right now.
Shall I go get a vague hint?
No.
Okay.
I'm bound to figure something out. I just need more than these fucking 5 chances.
So, what we're learning from this is that you should not become a lawyer.
Yes.
That had to hurt.
Ah.
Bow, 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 bow. Objection, Your Honor. Witness being a bitch.
Where does it be a bitch? I'm just double checking everything. Okay. I'll just take the vague hint of press or present.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh! Oh, okay.
So it is present?
It is a percent. It definitely is a percent.
Knew it.
It is... I'm gonna say, think about the new stuff that was added. In context to what she is saying. Think time.
That's what I've been thinking of.
Just have a look at the crime photo.
Oh, here it is. The lack of a knife with a follow-up sentence.
Well, not that. What I was thinking, what made sense was like you're standing there, and you claiming, "Oh, I saw her standing there with a knife," but here's a picture of her, but not Goodman.
Well, no,
And
it's
she's
not just
holding a knife.
it's not just that, but it was the fact of the lack of a knife. That's the main
that as
contradiction
well.
here.
If,
And you
if
witnessed
that
this?
picture was taken after, if that picture was taken after the crime, then okay, like why did you say? Ah, never mind.
Yeah. You saw Ms. Sky stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. I saw it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. If only we could actually see it.
Apparently, there is an achievement. There's an achievement called. I think it's too late to already do it. But it says lunchbox specialist. I think I may be able to click all the names. I don't know.
I know. Looks like it'll be a tasty lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! You took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? No, I missed Sky not holding a knife.
Check out every lunchbox off the chest. Wait, what?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
No, I'm curious about this. I'm curious about this lunchbox specialist trophy. Do you have to click it, or do you just have to hear them say it?
I think you'd be
The
have to
quirk
hear
is-
it say it.
There are technically 5 lunchboxes you can technically miss. I think you just have to hear her say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh well.
Oh, well.
Objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
Well, yet it was still stronger than you. It was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Phoenix and Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Can't you see the bloody blood?
And how can you tell that?
The bloody blood.
Blood splatter. Huh? I see the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat. It's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here, except for the witness holding back.
Fuck you, witness.
Like, Mr. Phoenix, like, are you just gonna sit there and like take that abuse? Like, are you into that? I'm not gonna yuck any yams, but you know.
Got it better. Obviously,
Time powers activate.
time powers activate. Chronomancy, go!
I just thought of something. One moment.
Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems that was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it. For lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go.
Heyo. Like, that's good advice. Like, sure, I'm not sure I understood it, but like, that's good advice.
I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in this photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those? It looks more like, honestly, in my mind, it looks more like
Leather gloves more
like
than
white
anything.
gloves.
Yeah.
If it was not premeditated, why would she? She should not be wearing those gloves.
Darn! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense. Witness! Add this to your testimony. Okay, now we can press on this. Well, she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves.
Bang! The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. Why have we not? Oh, yeah, right. You need to show it, right?
Yep.
They were rubber gloves, the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, he came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
A premeditated murder.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Star. This is bad. Just got them thinking it was all planned. To prove this claim, the trial's already over. Got to think of a way to show that it wasn't premeditated. Ah, now we throw the autopsy report at this. Nope, that was not it. Shit. Ah!
I am more than likely going to be deaf a bit for a moment, or frazzled.
Go ahead. Let's see. It's gotta be something, know this. Let's see, had to use Edgeworth's knife. Had to wait for Edgeworth's car.
Oh, remember that one. Okay, move on.
Nope, that was not it. Oh, it actually has to be the knife. It has to be the knife. Do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, this is my knife.
What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon? A red car? All belonging to the prosecutor there? The chief prosecutor for the district, right? I mean, a prosecutor's bad people. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you say that 𝓲𝓛𝓷𝓾𝓙 planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, how would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon.
There she goes.
Order! 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 I don't know what the fuck's going on. Now the tide's turning in our favor.
Like, great show, Mr. Wright. Like, my sister is as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned.
I mean, I was over.
Not over such a trifling detail.
Well, I mean, it does kind of help. Let's use a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who has to that seems to care. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, 𝓲𝓛𝓷𝓾𝓙, murdered the detective with a knife. That is the only thing that prosecutors need to prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... Sorry, needed a drink, but I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you?
Bitch, you threw the first stone.
My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated with my powers of stone throwing. Really now. Last guy intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. And there's a mistake. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. Does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, like, if I order pizza, does that mean, like, I'm planning to kill, like, delivery boy? Like, maybe?
In any case, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright, now we gotta at least try and see if we can find more food. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what she had just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again, rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked, you're alright, and it's you.
Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Why? And now, why don't, Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions on murdering the victim?
Her actions speak for themselves. You have no proof that Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Ashworth, thoughts?
There is no record of a call made on the detectives, made on the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's phone.
She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first, at least.
I mean, to be fair, if she had AT&T, a letter would get there quicker.
I know, right?
In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office, where he was murdered.
I'm sure he had a reason to be there. For this, why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie? I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agreed there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This church is very good with metaphors.
Lemons, you never know what you're gonna kill. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. He was too goody-goody. Will you tell us the basis of your thinking is?
It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to blah 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 blah, and we hold it. Human machine? That's a contradiction.
Please, oh so please. You can't find fault with something. Can't you find fault with something with substance, Mr. Wright? You're starving me here. Like not to serve? Like Mr. Whaleduck's sigh smells like citrus. Like really?
Really?
Like yum yum.
You say again. How many times did she say it exactly? We often say chop it to 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me?
You're a witness.
Well, I should say she stabbed him several times. Leave it at that. This is a murder case, people.
Like, Mr. Phoenix, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know? Like, really.
Miss Stars turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Her ability as a detective really set her off.
Like the short wick burns out faster? Like, that's a scientific fact.
Would you stop reading my mind?
But...
Wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, Admiral Wright said even if a really short wick will burn longer.
I'm gonna say this as well. It also depends on like what the wick is made out of, how much it can like transfer. If you've got a shitty wick and a big ass candle, the wick's gonna burn out before transferring the burning material.
I know, right?
Like obviously more scientific testing is needed. Like really.
Bitch! You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you! With my moss surprise!
I'm afraid that moss is growing in the, under our feet as we wait, mister.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Ezra.
Like, what
Objection.
a hunk. My hero,
Hi,
like,
Astra.
really.
What about my objection? No one noticed? A witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, when I realized that mistakes are possible.
So you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify! If I recall correctly, not a single muffler.
It wasn't a muff. It wasn't a muff.
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
The witness has clearly not studied. Has clearly not studied for detective work.
Suited, not
Detective
studied.
work.
Defective work. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's clearly suited for detective work.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she was stabbing the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photo.
Look at this photograph.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Oh, how incompetent you are.
But that can't be.
Oh, only a professional lunch lady would be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh
Sass on
words.
this one.
Harsh words, but good.
Like, in the end, Mr. Edgeworth, like, always prevails.
What was my objection?
So
Chopped
hot.
liver? It was there. A scarf. Not that, but something behind. Really?
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What? Very well. Witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Oh gosh, that is horrible. Sorry, just doing some light audio editing on the side.
No, you're fine. Do your audio editing.
That's- No, that's Felix. That's you ultimately, yeah.
Do your work, Braid. Ultimately, we couldn't shake those support apart. Stop
And,
reading my
like,
mind,
what's
damn it!
Like, what's the most important part?
The party where his sister stabs the victim. This is acceptable. It just might be the moment of truth. I just started Justice for All this morning. Nice.
Yay! Murder, 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 murder,
After the
murder, yeah.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but like, resistance against Angel Star is futile.
I think this is. I think this might be the foreplan.
Yep. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. Wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks.
Bitch! Note to self, Mr. Phoenix is like super weak versus poison. Like he must be like a grass type or something like that.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. A leopard woman. So where is this partition on the floor of clans?
Well, to be fair, she... depending on how old the detective is, she might be a cougar.
She could be.
I'm sure she meant his wall next to the car.
That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was
Well,
obviously
talking
trying to
about
hide
Angel
herself.
now.
Yep.
Angel and Detective Patrolman Marshall, like those two.
Yeah. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
Knowing anime, Marshall might be like 23. And what did you do then?
You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from the whole thing. We should press for more details. Yes, we
Jack
press.
Marshall is 33.
I like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car
Angel Star
was.
is 31.
Because of the age is in the court record. That's true.
Oh,
Hey,
right.
hey.
Wait. Do we have people though? Yes, we do have profiles. Ah.
Miles Edgeworth, age 24. Dick Gumshoe, age 30. Emma Sky, 16. Lana Sky, 29. Lana's 29, so that's a contradiction, Astra.
You know, when it
31, Marshall's 33.
well, as far as I'm concerned, anything above 25 is just sort of muddled.
And Bruce Goodman, who's Detective 36.
36.
Detective 36. Oh, 27 is Mia Fey's age when she died. Exactly. Edgeworth?
Yeah, and honestly, I can see a lot of... I can see where we made the confusion. I can see a lot of similarities between Mia and Lana. Well, not similarities, but like things that click. I mentioned earlier today, like I think there would be decent like decent foils to each other.
Edgeworth.
Well, yeah. I mean, they do have the same animation sometimes.
They do.
Oh, sorry. She was a visitor, thus she was parking in B-lot. In Blot. The block.
So you witnessed the murder from here? Don't reckon about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right.
I've got my thing.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing! Copper Queen Lunch Lady Athlete indeed.
Like, even if you took like a little time to climb over the fence, like, yeah. She wouldn't have gotten to my sister like that fast. Can it even climb the fence? Like, doesn't it go like ceiling to ceiling? Yes, it does.
Not to ceiling. There is a bit. You can see where it stops. And the
There's
fence
an
is about-
elevator. there's a car elevator, and Edgeworth is parking like a dick.
I know, right? The car elevator, Edgeworth, right in front of it. Fuck you all. That's might be the high too. How did Miss Sky not get away? Press. Permission the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard was say the word muffler. Is that one word?
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
That's
Phone?
already been disproven. Ask for it, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah, we got press. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately? What do you mean, ultimately? It's a phone.
My memory? It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss R. The chief prosecutor first attempted
It's
to
like a
use
salmon heading upstream,
phone hanging on
aided
the
by
wall.
beavers blocking off. Yeah, never mind.
on the wall. That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order, and so she used her cell phone.
Indeed.
Indeed.
The emergency phone was out of order that day.
Sorry, my voice almost got mixed up with another's. I tend to have two personalities in my left and right brain. With my youth, it's like the scent of fresh lemon, you know?
Ah, yes, just like your
Witness,
best of Miles Edgeworth.
Witnessing? What, I'm having a good testifying. You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
It's not pleasing the defense attorney is doing your damn job as a witness. Good lord, some of these witnesses are, honest to goodness, incompetent.
Okay, now we press this in the last bit. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I only say this one time, so
Good
listen
catch.
close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence like some goddamn athlete. Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this.
What is it? Like, Mr. Phoenix? Like, you look like you're about to pee. Confidence.
Yep.
Flashing
She
his
made to
face.
escape. Keep it more specific. She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras. She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum. Was an oil drum lying on the side of the scene of the crime?
But it's strange.
What's that?
If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way?
The other... The parking lot entrance!
Like, that's right. Like, yeah. It doesn't make sense. Like, why would she run from behind the petition to the oil drums? Excellent. More mysteries.
I wish we could solve a few more before finding more, though. This guy tried to run.
I'm sorry about, like... I'm sorry my sister's, like, so suspicious, Mr. Phoenix, but, like...
Not as sorry as I am.
Like, wow. Like, she didn't do it. Like, you have to believe me. Like, she says don't believe her, but, like, believe me. Like, believe in the me that believes in the me. Like, I believe in me, so I can't lie, you know? You know.
And now we come full circle. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
The witness is a former detective. Of course she would be pissed. Her witness is unmarred by personal bias.
Her witness is unmarred? Edgeworth, what is going on with you? Well,
Yeah, no,
who would have-
Edward's just slipping.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor prosecutor?
I think Gumshoe is poisoning Edward's mind as to how detectives act. You could literally toss him out in the street, and Gumshoe is so pure he would still follow you to the ends of the earth.
Yeah. You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Yeah, and she's admitting to it. Hello?
Sorry, had to answer a friend of mine.
Icky.
Oh shit, something updated. I gotta double check.
Oh, speaking of updates, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Team is added to GBA on Switch, the Switch emulation.
Oh, fun.
So hyped for that.
All right, hang on. I gotta buy something real quickly for myself and for a friend of mine.
Yeah, you go. I'm just gonna sit here and click buttons everywhere.
Gotta buy
yeah.
this for
Oh,
myself.
yeah, right. I can start talking about things. So yeah, I found out an update recently from, like I mentioned, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Team was added to the GBA Virtual Console thing, and that was a game that was one of the first games I ever emulated. Like, well, poo illegally, but yeah, still though. I'm very happy that it got added, because even though the DX version of the same game is on Switch, like having an option to like go try that is like so for free if you have the extended Nintendo Online. That is quite wonderful, like very much so. And yeah, like, a part of me is feel tempted to go back and try out. Very much feel tempted to go back and replay it. If I
Probably be a good idea.
I'm uncertain. If I do, I'm uncertain if it's going to be streaming or not. But yeah. Oh gosh! Speaking of spending money on things, I have finally dedicated some funds to getting a new phone tomorrow, and that's going to be a hit to the pocketbook. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, is it going to be the S24 or the S23? I still haven't decided if I should go for the newest model or if I should go for the one that is like $600 like cheaper.
Yeah. All right, hang on, just getting one more thing.
Oh, that's fine. I have more things to talk about. One thing's for certain though. Regardless of which phone I'm getting, I need to get a screen protector on it. Because that is what happened to my old phone. I mean, my own phone still works. It's starting to slow down a bit, but I placed it down. Like, it was I always have it in a wallet case. I never take it out. Always have it in a wallet case. I put down my work jacket in the pocket that my phone was in. I placed it down on across some steel, and I hear this weirdly heavy thud. And I think, oh shit, what was that? Because that did not sound like leather hitting steel. That sounded like something hard hitting steel. Open up my jacket, on my work jacket, and a pocket on my jacket, and look at my phone. And sure enough, the side of it is cracked, and there was one black blob of dead screen pixels, like in the side of the major crack. That was like half a year ago or something like that. And since then, the crack in my screen luckily has stayed the same, but the dead pixels has continued bleeding outwards. So you could say that over 5%, between 5 and 10% of my phone screen is dead pixels at this point.
I'm so sorry.
It works, but it's more functional as a media transfer device now than anything else. But
I was
hey,
about to,
I had
I was
the
about to
phone.
say it functions more like a brick.
No. I mean, everything functions as a brick. Try hard enough, and everything's a brick. But yeah,
Yep,
like
fair.
I've had the phone for 4 years plus. So yes, like I am very much satisfied with how much I got out of that phone.
Fair enough. Give me a quick second.
Oh, I've
I
given you
can-
several. I can keep eating time. I mean, I successfully did the fairy. Can you give me a moment of your time thing on Final Fantasy the other day? I went on Shout Chat and I asked. I have an important question, or I was wondering if I could ask a question. Someone else says shoot, and I asked. Okay, good. May I have a moment of your time? And they said, yeah, sure. What is it? And then I responded, well, I will use this moment. I will use this moment smartly. Thank you so much for this time.
Delightful.
But the worst part about it was they were oblivious to it. Oh, back to speaking.
Yep. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order? Order? What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies!
That's quite the claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Order! Small fries!
Order! Big Mac! Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong.
You know, honestly, I don't think the judge is the kind to order a Big Mac. Given the fact of what's on his desk, I think he's more of a quarter-pounder kind of guy.
True. Doing a slide about.
I just noticed there's a double pun, quarter-pounder. Gavel in a court.
Get it wrong on purpose. Get it wrong on purpose.
Save?
You don't. I did save.
Save and get it wrong on purpose.
She let out what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky using that phone. I picked the right one, didn't it?
I mean, you can still... If you pick the right one, you can rewind. That's what I was preparing.
Thank you.
That needs to be up, doesn't it?
It does need to be a little louder. She lied about the order of events. She, Miss Sky, used the emergency phone before the murder. I see. I hadn't thought of that. That took the matter for sales.
Mr. Phoenix, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating, pumping your fists in the air, but why would anyone use the emergency phone, like, before a murder? Like, why?
Huh?
Like, why? Just when you think he can't sink any lower, he amazes us. I applaud you, Mr. Wright.
You ordered the orange peel lunchbox, right?
Oh, right. Astra, are you leading him to the lunchbox? What's the word?
I guess that teaches me to not get excited before the evidence. One more try.
Huh. I see it in your eyes. You haven't learned your lesson, have you? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Alright, hang on. There's another one that's wrong. Maybe we might get the same one. It's either we get the same one or we get a different lunch.
Oh. You didn't hear that.
No, that's fine.
So where is Wario?
Well, I didn't rewind. I saved here.
Yeah, that's why I stopped there, because you didn't rewind.
Astra, which one is it? Which one is it this time? Which one's the incorrect one? Was it the first one I picked? I knew it! She saw his incorrect. Alright. No, she didn't see what's guy using their emergency phone. Very logical. Star, cat got your lunchbox?
Mr. Wright, you fucked up again. Like, you really fucked up, you know? Like, yeah. But why would she lie like that? Like, why though? Like, why? If she says our sister tried to use the phone but failed, like, why? It doesn't make any sense, you know? Why lie about something so insignificant?
Oh. Dang, she's right.
I mean, maybe she really did see had tried to use the emergency phone. But I see no room for doubt here.
Yep, there it is. You ordered the petunia rice. The petunia on rice, right? That's right. I thought you had something there.
God damn it, now I'm hungry again.
This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. Let's say that when it did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone, it would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? Points in one direction.
Oh gosh, what's the One Direction song again? I honestly don't know.
The only place
One
that she
moment.
could be was the security room. Because it's taller than
that
the...
or the hallway. I mean, she'd already said she was bringing the lunch to the security room.
Yeah.
So that would make sense.
Quite literally, it's the only thing I could think of.
You know, it's the little things she lies about that she thinks makes her perfect.
Yeah.
But now that she's lied, it's going to be history.
The only place you can see what it was the security room is a great One Direction song. If only I could have said it before this part.
I mean, too bad it wasn't later in the afternoon. Otherwise, it would be a great midnight memory.
Yeah. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room?
Indeed, the security room is in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room. Yes? The cafe is security. Well, Miss Star? Many years have been getting the better of men. To think that the tables could be turned. Today has been gotten better of Angel Star.
With a line like that, you'd think she was a lesbian.
I know, right? Order! Order!
And yet
Witness, bring me them fries!
Full of men.
What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. How the turntable turned tables. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished.
I'm not turning tables.
And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Guilty? She's talking about Miss Sky? Lesbian or femme fatale?
Like, Mr. Phoenix, doesn't that, like, strike something as odd to you? You know? I mean, how Miss Star lied? Like, it doesn't make sense, like, you know?
Huh?
Like, she could have just said it, like she was watching the crime for the security guard station. That wouldn't change. It wouldn't change anything else, you know?
Yeah, femme fatale kind of dress sense going on. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that she keeps on saying she has several boyfriends, that basically like detracts from the lesbian angle. So definitely femme fatale.
Yeah.
Then again, the boyfriends could definitely be a cover. Then again, who
Low
knows?
cut dress, fur coat.
Exactly. Yes. This photograph tells us the defendant. This photograph tells all. This was the defendant who stabbed the victim. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. Objection, you're bullshit.
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Set up this
why.
𝓮𝓼 plan. It's already a very difficult case.
Sorry, that was mine.
Who else?
Like, Mr. Phoenix, let's review what we know for now, you know? Just in case you fuck it up, you know?
We start with this crime from the security guard station. She lied and said she saw it from B block. Must make a vital difference. But what? What would change?
If she was in the security room, it would be a
Distance.
Would it be a different angle from the crime as well as distance? I think
Oh,
angle.
right. Wait, what? Dusty, what the hell?
You were just like history.
I realized what you meant by lightning guy after I finished the case last night. Thank you, Astra. How is that from Hector?
For Hector!
What? Why would
I'll
Hector
add
want
one
me
for
to beat
Hector.
up?
There we go.
My suitcase. What the hell?
From the top table!
I think what changes definitely would be
With
the angle
the
of view.
chair!
Like the angle at which she could saw the crime occur would change. Angle? What do you mean? He's not. Hector's not mad. He would tell me. Anyways, hi, Dusty. Well, the security guard station's on the second floor, and she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. This is important. Why?
We're definitely in a 3D world right now, don't you know? Just look at your evidence. It's definitely 3D, like not 2D.
I'm all right, Dusty. Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright. Yes, I would definitely like to reconsider. Despite this fucking case.
I wonder why it's taking so long to load that one.
Yep.
Honestly, I think the angle would be a lot, though, because you wouldn't see it from front on.
It would, but I think what changes more drastically would be the distance. Because if it's a security room, she could easily get into the emergency. She could easily get into the emergency staircase, and pretty much go and intervene very quickly. She has one life left exactly. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Oh, walking distance! My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plan is quite and it's quite clear. Herpaderpader, herpaderpader, herpaderpader. The distance between the scene of the crime and the station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what you could see.
No, the Asian answer is different than the original Ace Attorney. Yeah, the original Ace Attorney, instead of the bar, they're like 5 exclamation points.
I thought they were balloons. I recall them as balloons.
From what I saw, they were just exclamation marks.
Yeah, but for some reason I recall them as balloons.
What she saw is not in question here, though, Edgeworth. What matters is the time it would take for her to reach the scene of the crime.
Huh?
Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, they popped when you were penalized or wrong. You. Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches have gone from low to inedible.
Don't get squid. Squid's great.
I was bringing the PB&J lunch with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend? I wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. So Nick isn't a fan of calamari.
It tastes fishy to him.
Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Why doors lock?
That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in B block. That's quite the detour. My door locked.
It's
It probably
jammed.
took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? That's quite the jog. Jesus fuck, you really are a star athlete. Changed things quite considerably.
5 minutes. Have you seen the size of that parking lot? If you sprint, you can make it in less than 1.
I know. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have
Also-
photographic evidence.
Don't pull the high heels card. I've seen video of a dude sprinting in high heels. It looks hilarious.
It is very hilarious. I actually seen that video too. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. The spork is the wonderful invention. I guess she can't sprint in heels. She's no 2B.
She was a policewoman. Chances are she would have learned to sprint in high heels.
Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely.
Oh, more arsenic to the judge's brain. Mr.
Yep.
Phoenix, you have to do something. Or he's gonna die. I think, you know.
And do I have any evidence to stop this? It is quite literally all we have. I am on my last life. Set time stop here.
Light a candle.
5 minutes between witnessing the 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in the amount of time. If you like it al dente.
Fair.
I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta in a knot, rookie. Flying by the seat of your pants, getting by the skin of your teeth. El dente.
El Dante.
El exterminator el dente. 5 minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a
When
criminal,
did the doctor get
what would
it?
you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I flee the scene. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the
Wow.
instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the crime of the scene. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal will act this way. It's inconceivable. I've actually seen a meme image of pasta al dente. It's blackened pasta with red embers. I gotta see that.
Ooh.
Yeah!
My lunch!
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, vibing to the music, Your Honor. I appear to have underestimated this witness on the account of a professional history.
Edrith, you overestimated, not underestimated. Underestimated would mean that she's better.
Bitch, don't tell me what to say. I appear to have overestimated, I'm sorry.
Edrith, you gotta listen to your right brain, don't you know?
I can't, Phoenix. It's done drinking.
Fuck.
Like, we did it? Like, we finally screwed that can shut, Mr. Phoenix. Like, yay. Like, yay.
That was too close. I was at one life.
Yay.
That first part of the testimony was very ironclad. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
It wasn't ironclad, it was enamel.
Hold it.
It's food related.
I know, right?
Squid rings again.
Mr. Edrith, you ordered the squid reels, right? That's the one she tried to voice off on me.
I prefer not to take the fence team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I had the decisive evidence. What was that?
She's speaking like he's guilty.
I know, right? It's another one of her trick lunchboxes? Oh, my apologies. We have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Whoa! Triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. I said, which on Discord. Okay, hang on. I gotta go see it. I might post it up on stream.
Objection, bribing the judge.
Objection, bribing the judge. Oh, God, that is so cursed. That is so cursed. That's definitely going up on stream right now.
Oh, gosh. Hey, my trap card! No!
Yep, sorry. Your trap card's been turned into pasta al dente.
Could you blow that up a bit?
Pasta al dente. That is very, very overcooked pen pasta.
You know, I mean, I suppose there might be a chance it could be squid ink added to this. If it was burnt, it looks too good condition to be burnt. The red definitely looks edited in.
So I'll actually say this, Whaleduck. It does look edited in. However,
as an ash pile, it works. Don't get me wrong.
It's an ash pile because this is not overcooked. They cooked these things. They pretty much set these things on fucking fire. I wonder if you could create an edible form of it with squid ink, and I want to say there's like an actual like a glow in the dark type thing that you could add. Maybe like not algae, but something that can glow red.
If you get some bioluminescent powder and something like that, I mean,
yes, bioluminescent.
There's a way with chemistry to like make some bioluminescent stuff. Give a chemist enough time, they can make a food safe version of like a gelatin or something like that. And they could like add it like to some add it basically like in, maybe make it red tint, I don't know. The only way, from my understanding, the only way it gets this like charcoal is essentially if it's burning with low oxygen, like it's not flaring up. It's essentially just carbonizing everything without like allowing for airflow to like rustle it around.
Yeah.
That's just my thinking, though.
Enough of that one, though. The judge is being blackmailed, like in a covered barbecue. Exactly. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the lunchtime motto says, she won't be disappointed. What she's going to pull out of her lunchbox this time?
Oh, you know, a gun.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found in this shoe. One, of course, was the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? Was blood found on that shoe? Try lunch staff for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I have heard of this evidence? That is your second 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼.
It's simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Hedgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed.
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I cannot accept this as evidence. It's
What?
illegal, you know. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department.
Oh dear, does she have forensic orgies? She's gotta.
Yep. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Like, that's right, Mr. Phoenix? Like, yes, like, he is
It seems so.
completely on the
That was sure is celebrating.
Pumping his fists in the air.
I know, right? Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth.
Huh?
And don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's like, is that right, like, Mr. Phoenix? Like, wow.
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
Like, at least you could do some. At least you could do is study some evidence law, really.
Prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged?
Like, what about the second law?
Yep. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
I'm
Oh,
gonna go
boy.
find the second law. You can't stop me.
Yeah, go find the second law of Phoenix Wright. Why'd you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
I know. I'm just reading ahead.
Results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compare that to the 5-minute blank means nothing.
That makes sense. Then why did you not just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the file lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you use every trick in the book. What? This, when the suspect is admitting she did it? False testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Star. Let's just get this over with.
If I didn't know any better, I could have sworn one of her boyfriends is from 𝓮𝓺𝓵.
He might be. And you found that she at the scene of the crime? I obtained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with the shoe.
I was afraid so would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe was a secret weapon if that should happen. You see this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. She probably has a boyfriend at airport security too. She would. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. So she could fast track her travel. So you brought it to the forensics department.
That was it.
Going to submit something as evidence in court you needed approved. To that evidence must be analyzed by a forensic expert. She got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. Shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. Blood, and that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. Said there are 2 types of blood found on the shoe. can't say for sure that blood belongs to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether murder was committed in cold blood. That was a terrible joke, right? Well, that's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, you can differentiate between like a million types of all, with all like the blood tests out there. You know, like blood, yay, blood, which means like we can more and less narrow down any sample of blood down to just like one person. You know. I mean, also I've heard, like, I haven't done it myself.
That's pretty specific. Blah blah blah.
You know, just wait until you sleep and I'll find your blood type. Don't worry. don't worry, Phoenix. I'll get it done.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Llama Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
Well, it is her blood and he was stabbed.
Does evidence go through without a fight?
Oh, hey.
You're the peppered fish guts, right?
Oh, wait, never mind.
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright.
I thought it was hot dogs.
Some, like your client, she's enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup.
Mr. Phoenix, do you or do you not have a problem with like this shoe?
Time powers, activate! Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoes? Of course there's a problem! I'm not imagining things. I say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. Speaking of which... Would you look at that? So those shoes? It's gotta be the victim's. Oh, wait.
His own blood.
Wait a second.
Didn't they say the blood was Lana's?
Lana and the Goodmans.
Like, ew, like, all this blood, it's horrid.
This one might be an important clue. I also just
Probably
realized
a
something.
good idea.
I just realized something.
That the shoe is a portal to hell?
Well, I mean, that too, but this is even in the defendant's shoe. It's the victim's shoe.
Well, it's white, so yeah.
Yeah. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a pepperfish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there's quite a bit of blood at the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe?
The photo. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Ah! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe.
That picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, shakes. Well, where's my shake?
Give me food!
You've given me caviar, and a triple-decker lunchbox. Where's my shake?
You know what they say, a fed bear is a dead bear, and the judge is quite hairy. Like, great guy, Mr. Phoenix, but like, That's true, there's lack of footprints, there's a contradiction, but then we have to ask why there weren't any footprints, you know?
Oh, well, that's true. There has to be a reason as to why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Phoenix, think!
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
Like, what? Like, why? Ew.
Hold it. Oh, that was from Edgeworth.
Hold it! I see. Now I get it. Smug.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked at the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Grilling her, of course, with a nice soy glaze.
Ooh.
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman.
Rawr. Dinosaur. I thought that was a strange thing for a normal, cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oil drums are...
I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness? Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
She has the kick of a horse! And more!
What does that mean? I know, apparently. What's that mean?
Them legs is what that means, Phoenix. Still, you still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum with one reason and one reason alone. To fall into the luminol spray trap. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her later.
Ah!
Luminol, it's coming, just don't wait.
Yeah.
Ask your judge.
I know.
Judge.
I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a panic attack. That ties things up
I'm
quite nicely.
choking on this arsenic.
The bosses after the victim's shoe tied her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deal was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when, like, my sister got blood on her shoes?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Phoenix, please do something. Like, now? Now.
What?
Like, now.
What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But, enough. There's no need to further debate. Your verdict, Your Honor?
Very well.
But Angel Stars, like, is on the prosecution's side, you know? She could have been, like, lying about the water.
The court finds the defendant Miss Sky.
Like, objection.
Little girl, what'd you just say?
Me? Like, no, it was him. Yes.
Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, like you were. Yeah, like yes, like you're a detective. You say my sister like hid the evidence, like by erasing the footprints.
Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another
I'm a good
lunchbox.
girl.
A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
This is ridiculous. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court, which you should have been a while ago.
Your threats don't scare the cop of Queen. Look at this.
Another picture.
A photograph? I had it just in case someone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence.
Like, Mr. Phoenix, like, wait, like, look at the asphalt, like, in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Where's the last trace of doubt from the court's mind? Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
Like, I'm sorry, Mr. Phoenix, like, I'm so sorry. Like, you're gonna get disbarred, and I guess I just couldn't help myself in, like, speaking up.
It's our fault. I knew I could win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Wait a second.
Ah!
I'm sorry, Mia.
I'm gonna have to lie. Bleh, right, wet or not. Do not be so quick to throw in the towel. Bleh,
I'm being
bleh.
haunted again?
Get yourself up from the asphalt. Take another good look. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Don't. Oh, wait. No, one moment. I got a button for this.
Yep.
Wait, there it is.
Don't give up!
Not till the bitter end.
This is the last piece
Sorry,
of
I'm
evidence.
playing Sonic Colors.
Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! Your Honor, wait. What is it with you, these people? Can't I have my verdicts in peace anymore? Like, fucking hell, I've tried 5 times. I was going to be guilty, then guilty,
I'm
then
doing
not
a
guilty,
life to
then
death
guilty and
here.
guilty. I'm trying to get someone killed here. Whatever it is, can't wait. No, I can't. It'll be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted makes me laugh. The trial is over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with the last piece of
Every
evidence?
time. Yeah, I'll think later. Time power, time roulette, go! Yeah, there's a problem.
Over.
Wrong, I've gotta go ahead with this. Oh, I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very much right. Show the court the problem with this photograph. Has to be the muffler that's right here.
There's something that doesn't look like water. It looks like something's pushed in there.
Yeah.
I'm
Problem
gonna
with this
rewind
photograph
time
is
now.
here. Edgy.
Oh, what is this? I was reading that as food for some reason. Oh, there is something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment. Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you just said muffler.
You're the killer!
However, I just see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
Your Honor, a muffler is also a part on a car. Or a motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
I see, and I see. What's the suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? Someone there's something sticking out of the muffler. What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said it as much in your testimony. What?
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
I don't know why I just started singing Muppet Show.
I don't know why either. I have to take... I think it's the crime photo. I mean, I got time powers anyways.
Fair. Actually, no. Fuck you. Go back. Start again.
Time roulette, go! That's death.
Game over. Don't you think you realize it's just the evidence trying to be just very, very annoying to deal with?
Alright, time roulette, go here. That way I don't have to go through all that again.
Unless you fucked yourself and it was a different point you need to point out. I
know,
think they
right?
do that sometimes. Oh, word muffler.
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
It wasn't cloth at all. Wow!
Muffler! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh! Ah!
I wonder how much money she makes by selling to the stand during these.
I have no idea. Oh, it seems we have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we have any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the crime scene inspected at once. Bring me that cloth. Verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
Judgy, as incompetent as ever.
You want me to give my best?
Like that?
How's that? Thank you.
I got a button for that as well. One moment.
Very good.
I have not
Oh,
practiced that
sorry.
lot, so.
I
Yes, Ezra,
suppose
your
so.
left brain, you gotta focus on this. Whew. That was close, but we made it, at least for now. We're adjourned for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? No, there's no such thing as that.
I might have another thing that might be usable. One moment. Let me look through.
Oh god, it's a 2-part trial. Shit.
Oh, it's not just 2 parts. I want to say it's a 3rd one as well. I don't know.
No. I mean, it's 2-part for just the first day. Which means we don't get to do investigation. You made it to the checkpoint, though. Thank you.
One moment, please. Which line is that on?
Your health should be filled. It should. Hey, Emma, you feeling all right? You look pretty dour.
Well, that's because I'm looking for something.
You're not going to find it on the courtroom floor. We'll only find
here
bugs.
It is. I didn't have an Ara, but I have that.
Rise from the Ashes trials have 3 parts a day. I assume investigation, trial, former trial, ladder. Yeah, trial, former trial, ladder, and investigation.
Mr. Phoenix, like,
what?
Are trials like always like this, like with you?
Yes, actually.
Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake and like trying to reach the surface? And like, no matter how hard, like, you paddle, like, you never seem to get there. Like, you're sort of stuck, like, in one place. Like, not doing anything, you know?
Yes, Emma. That's exactly what happens with me. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister, anyway?
Oh, you know, she murders. She slays. Well, apparently, she got, like, she got called off to the judge's chambers. Oh, look, a ring. A bubble. I'm gonna eat that.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, like, is this like where we turn this trial around, right? Like, our only weapon, like a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
We can only hope. Because I'm the one who started to feel tiny insignificant, to tell the truth. I had to eat a tiny brownie to help me feel better.
Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper.
This is where we put a turnabout in Wait, this trial doesn't have turnabout in its name.
Woo, doggy! That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least.
Oh, speaking of turnabout stuff, well, like, did you get my messages earlier?
Oh, you're talking about the sounds
The Master Duel stuff. The Master Duel stuff.
I may have forgotten, but I recall the music still being a thing always.
Yeah, no. So here's the update about Master Duel. In case Astra actually plays Master Duel again sometime soon. So they've now set it to where the music that you actually listen to in game are now tied to your back to the dual field you put. So that theme I sent you is the theme of the Ghost Trick Mansion and 𝓮𝓼 Chateau's dual fields.
I was I didn't see the video. I read the messages. I forgot to respond to them. But what I did today was that I updated Master Duel. I went onto it and I sort of looked around a bit.
Yeah. So someone actually put up complete themes. So these complete themes, each of the complete themes for Master Duel, for the Master Duel OST, are now tied for certain dual fields. And I found my favorite dual field music. I'm actually gonna give a quick play.
Was there like a way to like set the music beforehand?
No, unfortunately.
I guess it looked better in my head then.
Yeah. Hang on.
Also, I guess some things never change. So when I went into a duel, because apparently you don't get the fields when doing solo mode. When I went in and like had a check there,
I'll give you one guess as to what my opponent was in the bronze ranks again.
Like
what?
type of name, icon, and also minion.
What if you? I mean, that's very much not your deck, but it's more of your dual field. But they can get annoying. Blue. Was it Blue Eyes or was it a standard OTK deck with the
No,
red
I'm talking
hat
about
bunny?
yeah, Red Hat Bunny, and have a guess to the naming convention of the profile name.
Jackson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Lose the Jackson. Just numbers.
Oh. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh God, indeed.
hang on. I'm trying to remember. Was this the one?
Also, that's the thing that Ultra brings up. That is honestly one of my worries as well.
Yes.
Because if they make it so that music plays on your field, and you like a field but you hate its music, it honestly should be an option to override it with a different field that you have music-wise.
It would, but there is a way to actually override it. It's just it very much changes. So here's the thing about the dual field of background music, because right now what you're listening to on my end is the theme for my dual field glacial world, especially considering you have to buy the fields. So
Yeah.
in Master Duel, the recent update allows you to choose which music you're going to listen to from your dual field or your opponent's dual field. Which means if you don't like your dual field music and your opponent does not have that, you can just listen to their dual field music to see what they're cooking.
In other words, you're playing on shuffle.
No, you're playing on... Well, actually, no, yeah, you are playing on
No,
shuffle because
you're
it very much
playing on-
depends
you are
on who you duel with.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the next update you should do is just like making it so that when you buy fields, you unlock the field and you unlock the music. You have
And you can
music
customize
default,
it.
But honestly, you should be able to customize the music
Yeah.
to the field.
Yeah, you're not the,
Otherwise,
I'll tell you this, Willie.
yeah.
You're not the first one that even suggests that. A lot of people
I can,
who love Master
it's
Duel's
not an
music.
original thought. I am under no illusions that is not an original thought.
Yeah, a lot of people want the ability to change their music. Because if you can hear the key card in my theme, in my fucking dual field theme right now.
But yeah, here's the thing. The way they make more money is making it so that you can buy one field to use as visuals and one field to use as audio. That's how they make more money.
Yeah. I mean, yes and. Because to be fair, I will say this. A lot of their fucking budget went into the fucking music. But the dual fields themselves, they're actually relatively cheap. Like, if we're talking about like if you can work up to it for common sense, they're relatively cheap. But it is a factor of do you pay for the appearance or do you pay for actual useful cards?
Alright,
enough of
that.
It's
In my
very good.
personal opinion, if you're gonna spend money on cards, spend it on physical cards. At least then you won't lose access to them once the field goes away.
Here's my counter retort. Don't buy fucking cards physically. I'm sorry. You can absolutely go crazy on Master Duel buying the cards there, because you at least have an account that it's tied to, and the fact that Konami themselves have actually made that into a viable esport. But I'm saying this very, very important reason: don't buy singles of Yu-Gi-Oh, because of one very important fucking detail, and that is, unless you're desperate and you're going to actual tournaments, don't buy cards. And I will tell you this, one card I found out in the newest set, the Infinite Forbidden, sells for $250.
What I'm
$250,000.
saying, as a filthy casual who got into Magic a few months ago, what I'm saying is, I prefer buying booster packs of physical cards than, let's say, going onto MTG Arena and buying digital packs there. Because
Okay, yeah, now that I understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Physical
saying.
boosters. Physical boosters. I thought you were talking about like singletons.
No, if you're buying singletons, if you're buying single cards and stuff like that, like that's one thing. That's a completely different thing. What I'm saying is, like, when it comes to collecting cards, as a casual player, unless, like, you make money from, let's say, playing Master Duel or playing MTG Arena, don't use physical money on buying cards. Because if that service goes down, that is literally money down the drain.
Yeah.
Then again, I suppose that could go for everything. Like, okay, don't pay for a subscription to Final Fantasy XIV because if they lay it down, that's that over with.
Yeah, that's the finale. Don't spend money at Walmart because eventually that's just going to close down.
Well, no, you spend money at Walmart because they give you physical goods.
I was talking about in terms of toys and shit that they sell. Regular food stuff you can get from anywhere, not just Walmart.
Anyways, there's just in general, like, me personally, I don't think I'm ever gonna spend money on like a digital card game.
Isn't the EU working on not losing games? What EU?
That thing that is the Stop Killing Games like petition or whatever. I personally stand with Pirate Software's opinion on this, Force opinion on this, on Stop Killing Games, because it feels like the whole thing is not thoroughly thought out. The whole idea is essentially to make sure that you can't, like, to make sure games can continue being played after the service ends. So, for example, with The Crew, you have a single-player component and you have a multiplayer component, and the single-player one fell out because of the online components went out of service. That is the core component. That's the core component of what they're trying to fix with Stop Killing Games. But from what I've heard and what I've seen is that they are willy-nilly with it. They are making legislation. Yeah.
I'm actually with that because of one very important thing. So even though you guys see me play like all these official games, you know, all these like fucking Yu-Gi-Oh and whatnot, I do happen to have a little taste for gacha games. And there's only been one gacha game that I really like. Good idea, needs work. Yes, it does.
I agree with Laura's take on it. The whole Stop Killing Games thing is a good thought, but they need to think it through more. That is basically the take from Pirate Software. They need to make through the wording, because if you're making a law, it can fall into perpetuity, and that just compounds the issue, making it worse. And then, let's say, 50 years in the future, games can't exist.
Yeah. But it's just... Anyways. There was one thing I wanted to not die. It was Dissidia Opera Omnia, because that actually had a decent story that they never got to finish. Because they had to shut it down for both international and JP usage. It was shut down. I was very sad. Anyways, back to this game instead of talking about dead games. Oh, you look so shocked.
Really? Thought I'd come through taking a look-see at how the trial's going. It looks like I'm late. They've got the home range locked down tighter than a fort's in enemy territory.
It's sort of like the Lost Media thing with movies and copyright. Good luck finding some of the old Disney movies. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be frank. And I will be frank.
You're not Frank, you're Marshall.
Shut, dude. I'm not even Marshall, I'm Dane. You hush. Some companies need to stop hiding their past. In terms of like certain media, like, you know, I am not Frank Aldrett. I'm sorry. Some of the old Disney movies, they exist in a certain time frame, and they kind of have to exist. They cannot be erased. Otherwise, we danger ourselves to repeat the history again.
We kind of talked a little bit about this last time I was part of a stream. We talked about God Hand. God Hand happened. Nothing will change that. It was a product of the times.
Yeah, and I will be honest. I am tired of people's like going back and getting upset at something that existed as a product of a time that day, and getting upset about it today. Like, what's the point? It exists. It existed back then. It didn't
The saying
flourish,
of-
and it left behind.
The saying of "it was a different time" is a little bit of a crutch. It is to be used, but in a very careful manner. It's not supposed to be a shield. It's a product of the time, yes, but you should also take that as a point of growing and becoming better about it.
As Astra said, certain things should be uploaded as they were, but with a disclaimer. And I remember that they actually did do that for like some of Disney Plus's IPs, because if I recall correctly, Song of the West, or Song of the South, not West, Song of the South was actually uploaded originally, and it had the disclaimer.
Good luck finding a lot of the musical melodies.
Okay, if it wasn't Disney, I remember something. I remember something was uploaded. I don't know if it was Disney or if it was something else. But I know that there was a public acknowledgement that it was put up. Might have been HBO Go, actually. Not HBO Go, HBO Max. Might have been HBO Max, actually.
Anyways, these be trying times.
Gone now, but Warner Brothers posted OG Looney Tunes with disclaimers. That's what I was thinking of. Some Disney Plus old movies came with the disclaimers. See, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. People just need to stop getting fucking upset and just live with the disclaimers. That's how we got better. Shit like that was real. It's how we got better because we learned from it. We didn't let that become a reality. Anyways.
Didn't stop some people.
Yeah, it didn't stop some people. Fuck
I'll
those
send my
people.
line, you can press A.
Yeah. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway?
Knife.
If you don't know where you were, then you don't know where you're going. You might walk back to the place you were. Exactly all that.
There's a saying for that. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, this is a bad thing today, but erasing the past isn't a good thing either. Exactly. Don't be ashamed of your past. Learn from it instead. It's how I exist today. Yeah, America. Seriously. I'm not a politics guy. I don't want to talk politics, but fuck, America's gotten terrible.
There's one thing with politics, another one is like games politics, basically. But anyways.
Yeah. What's going on over there?
We got
These last 2 days have been really on edge. Yeah, other days, game. Yeah. Yeah, that's the 2 cents, and that's where we're going to leave it, Alder. Sorry, well, like
speaking of old things in 2025, they're remaking the Naked Gun.
Yeah, the Naked Gun, I would not mind seeing that movie.
Yeah, but they are remaking it.
I know. I want to watch the old one and then compare it with the new one.
Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson is coming out July 25.
Good to know. Anyways, Marshall.
Don't you know it? Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about that chief prosecutor's tasting mufflers, for example.
The Fruit Basket remake was very close to the original. I want to watch that later.
Officer Marshall?
Oh, sure.
The whole muffler thing, like, it didn't have anything to do with scarves. Like, she didn't even wear a scarf. Look. You don't say. Now, don't that just beats all?
I mean, it does beat a rock, at least.
I've seen the red breeze blow at a slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler. Like what? Like, really, though? At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph
One
taken
of
at the crime
those!
scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Hey, he's shaving. What the fuck? Yeah, he's shaving in front of us.
Yeah. In a threatening manner. He's... Actually, you know what? Here's the problem. They're in a courtroom. He's got a knife.
That is a weapon.
They make more of a case of this in Investigations 2, or is it no Investigations 1? This courtroom is apparently super ultra security. The policemen, the bailiffs are basically the only ones that can have guns and stuff in here. The only way to get knives and stuff into the courthouse is as evidence. The fact that he is standing there shaving with a knife, yeah, that's he should have been tackled 5 seconds ago.
He should have been attacking 20 seconds ago. What do you mean?
So Mr. was like, well, it's about time. Look, it's high noon.
What about download 6? A bailiff's gun was used to commit murder. Exactly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's only the bailiffs that have guns in this place. The police officers can't have guns in this place, from what I recall.
Don't forget, it was also the case that we learned that Von Karma downloaded a gun into his left hand in order to fire.
He downloaded the bullet into his right shoulder.
Yeah, he downloaded the DLC for a bullet in shoulder, and then downloaded the gun to download a gun into Edgeworth.
He's been trying to find the gunpowder DLC and casing DLC for years to finish making the gun in his hand.
I know. Also, he's American without having an unnecessary weapon. Being a knife, that could have been a bin knife.
No, what I'm talking about, they specifically made a point of it that you can't bring knives into the courthouse as well, in investigations. They go for metal detectors and the whole thing.
I know.
Remember, partner, sometimes just gonna grab the bull by the horns.
Got him having a knife. Him being British as a Texan, that'd be the weirdest fucking accent. I'm gonna be honest here. Cause I ain't Cockney. He ain't Jack Atlas.
Well, I
Cockney's
do believe, partner,
British Texan.
I reckon that we probably could go down and... No, wait, that does not work at all. Never mind. I'm just gonna consume that accent for its power.
Even you messing with the bull, you getting the horns.
Even you messing with the bull, yeah. That feels like a hillboy.
It's a very weird accent, I gotta tell you. If we try to mix British with...
I'm not professional VA, I wish I was.
I wish I was too. I actually want to try and get into voice acting, but I don't know how. British.
Oh, just do it.
That's true. We just gotta do it.
The way I did it was basically just I have a flexible voice. Let me just try pulling a funny thing, seeing what happens, and then you just gotta make sure you can manage to keep that all steady and all just thematic and such. And sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will, and well, then the time will tell, But boo-ha and woo-ha.
I have a bad feeling about this man's accent right now.
So, what I was swimming in there, Mr. Phoenix,
lava.
I think... Well, for steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Woo-wee!
Sewer water, Emma. Sewer water mixed with steak sauce and quicksand. I'd like to resume. What's up? Judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. There's something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. Are you choking right now?
He's sweating bullets! Quick, get down!
Those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent.
You're on drugs! I just can't... It just can't be. This can't happen!
Is Edgeworth revving himself up? He might.
I wonder what's like going on with Edgeworth. Like, he is looking like all strung
Well
out,
then,
you know?
I believe it's time we continue on with this trial. However, I requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation.
This is unacceptable!
It seems our prosecutor's quite beside himself.
Excuse me, knock, knock. Until we find out who
Excuse
it
me.
is.
Knock,
Hello.
knock. Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Who's there? It's
Oh.
That's your guy. That's your guy.
So, you want him or I should take him?
He's the final boss. I
Oh!
remember him.
My point still stands. Do you want him or should I take him?
No. I told you the last time we played. You're taking the final boss. I want to hear you.
Oh, okay.
What's with this guy?
So I'm just gonna. One moment. Let me readjust my voice acting beanbag.
Yeah. So Astra, you know that this is the lightning man I was talking about.
Ah, yes. Stuffy, you say? Hey, the temperature just rose like 5.7 degrees when that man walked in. Like, he is hot. Ah, yes. I'm just standing here, grooming myself.
Ah, it's you.
So, come here often. Oh! Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, Gaji. The roads were packed. It was just me.
I forgot why he was lighting out until last night this morning.
Long time no see, Gaji. How have you been? Swim much these days?
Hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy, smizzy, Gaji. Oh, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Like, Gaji seems to be like a nickname for the judge. Does he even have a name?
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
Ah, oh, you're right, the attorney. I've heard so many good things about, son. Oh, I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry about a little worthy giving all. Sorry about a little. Goodness me, that's okay. So sorry about a little worthy giving all that trouble, eh? Oh, you know, you should all go swimming together sometimes. Jolly.
Jolly good.
Oh, jolly, jolly.
Little worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police official in the entire district.
Smolder. Name's Gand. Demon Gand. Damon for short. Pleased to meet everyone.
Oh, so, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since Lex came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's... He's having an aneurysm.
Well, that's like my sister's muffler. There.
So my star just wasn't seeing things. The crime occurred, and this guy really was wearing that muffler. The sister's muffler found in the muffler.
Why did I call it a muffler? Because if you take both ends and just yank hard enough, you'll muffle the voice of the wearer. To think that it was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. Blink, blink. Blink. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
Oh, this is what you'd call a switchblade. Oh, quite perplexing, this.
Right.
Watermelon. Chief? Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth?
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? For a second there, I thought he was, I thought he was essentially dissing his style. Like, oh, what kind of outfit are you running, dear? That is gaudy.
That is
How
such
could you
a
miss
bad
such a
shade of
vital
orange.
piece of evidence?
Favorite weapon of British hoodlums everywhere.
If the investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? No, wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Oh, didn't you hear me?
I did not hit X that time. He actually interrupted.
Oh, it's fine. I was paying attention. Oh, have a look at this document. That says person in charge of investigations. There is no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On that day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. Oh, I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. I'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Like, this is the first time I've seen Mr. Wedgeworth, like, at a loss for words.
And it hurts him. It makes me laugh. Well, this is kind of a major blunder. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gah.
And the court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yeah? Just to be sure,
No.
I'd like to take a look at the blade of the knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all I have to do is push the switch and... If I cut my fingerprints right, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Yeah, actually, no. If you cut your finger, you will be able to point. You'll be able to get 50% more attention because you're bleeding.
You'd be throwing blood
Ah,
everywhere.
come on. Just hurry up and open it already. Like gods. Ah, don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Oh wow, like look at the blade tip, like it must have broken off or something.
It's dark red stain. Blood?
This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the police chief himself.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the fight between the prosecutors and the police and this knife?
Sure thing, not a problem. Not even the little one, really.
I'm scared already.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Oh, it was a bad day at the department. We weren't in any shape to do any investigation. A detective was killed at police department, see? Oh, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15, scary coincidence? It's not officially linked in this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
So, Goodman's note. There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
Oh, it's a hush information, Nudgy. I haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That is the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Order! 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 Get me my knife!
Order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you may as well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
We're telling
You know,
everyone.
actually, you know what? Yeah, no,
I
I'm
think we
standing
don't
up.
understand the police department's situation.
I'm going for 5 minutes recess. I'm putting some fries in the oven. I'm hungry.
A 5-minute recess? Okay. Order small fries.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm going for.
Fuck, I actually might want to order myself some food too.
Well, I'm ordering it from my freezer. I want the house from. How's the audio?
You know, I'm gonna order from DoorDash. You get myself some Sonic.
Okay, there we go.
I ain't got no money too. Where, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
You know, like, what if you could, like, quantum teleport and he got stabbed, like, at both his locations, like, at once?
It's weird.
The chances are really slim, but it could happen.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
That's why I have frozen fries in my freezer, so I can oven bake them. That way I don't spend overly much on money.
Money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money! Money! There's like a small tag like on this knife. Isn't that weird to you?
It says SL9-2.
SL. What do you suppose that's going to mean?
Sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. You'll see? Maybe it's a case number?
What?
What?
Nah, I don't remember where, but I think I've seen this like somewhere before there, like before here. Like something similar to like what's written in this tag. And it wasn't that long ago either.
Let's check the court record again.
Yeah, I think that was the note that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, upside down.
SL9, yep.
221. SL9 2-21.
Wait a second.
At last! An honest to goodness objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean?
An honest to goodness, what do you mean from Urgy? Oh, this is great. I'm gonna get bingo.
With a side on this knife. It reads SL92. This is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 77S? 12-2?
Upside down.
Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on this memo the printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. Or turn around, what do you get?
Memories of 𝓮𝓵, that's why.
Oh, aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. That's so live. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Now we can get an actual thing. Order! Order! Oh, Chief?
Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto.
I win? What game is this guy playing?
Why thank you, Sweats.
Oh, now we have an entirely different testimony.
Oh, wait, yeah, take it back. This knife
Yep.
was evidence into this case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder. This was evidence, you say? Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice! Good show, little worthy. That's what, this... It was a murder weapon as it happened. I just had to rewind my own time there for a moment. It was evidence in a long since solved case. A case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder? It was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car.
Like, I think it's hard to think there was no connection there at all. Like, yeah. It was a bad day.
Yeah, now we gotta...
Yeah, not in
yeah.
shape.
Something happened in the police department too, huh?
You got a good look at it. You got a good look in your eyes there, right, oh my boy? Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why you weren't informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy with that Lana case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department?
That's the fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji?
I'm at a loss for words.
And a perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Oh, I think I know who this is.
Just arrested? That was quick.
Ding. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto?
I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case?
A trade for a trade?
Yeah,
Oh,
trade for trade.
good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and only one thing.
Well, we know that the victim was died at 5:15.
Well, the Goodman died at 5:15.
Yeah.
I think it's time for never mind.
I think we're going with where. Oh. You're also told where he was found.
Well-
Yeah.
I can't speak of where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of it.
Like, the evidence room, didn't he, mention that in his testimony, just now? Boom! This is a knife, this is a knife, this is a knife. It was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. He said it was stolen, not that the crime happened there.
There's a connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Phoenix.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. We just got handed our ticket to go to town in this case.
That's a spoon! I've seen you've played Knifey Spoony before.
With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details.
It's the...
Well, apparently I picked the right item.
Everything is wrong.
This
you
is
know
wrong.
It. Oh, you know it. Everything is wrong. Everything you know is
Sharp
wrong.
ball. Clear country's. I thought.
Everything you know is
Oh.
wrong. Up is down, left is right, and right is wrong. And everything that you could. Let's find the lyrics to that one.
Okay, so we need to present the memo again, don't we?
Everything you know is wrong.
Nope,
Just
that was not it either.
the words and sing along.
Also not. Oh, I'll see myself out.
Is everything you know is wrong. Everything you know is wrong. Now just left up is down and right is wrong. And everything that you could ask now.
It was not. I am having trouble here.
Oh, it's fine. It's not the first time today.
Yep.
Fuck it, I'm gonna get the Weird Al lyrics.
Oh, I
never
just had
mind.
a fucking
Things
press.
are happening.
Chief, the press position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Sure, start with it, Mr. Wright. Hang on. If all I had to do was press, I'm gonna load myself back up.
Sawardo!
Yep. I'll take a dock on my life there. Dead.
Dead.
Yeah, start with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is the place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number of the knife's evidence tag.
We also
Yeah,
know
that was
that
a
the
weird
detective
read.
murdered at the police station was killed in that very same evidence room.
And what's
Indeed.
today's date? Look at the tag.
There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
He starts clapping. You two make a good couple. It took my men 2 days to figure out what you've deduced right here. Chief? I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. It seems the tricky, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all.
Can we get the information unofficially? Can we unofficially get the information?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really?
Like, who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't remove the name of the victim at the police department, okay? That's literally the one thing they asked of it.
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try and see what I can get out of him. The ID number. That's what we need here.
Yep, because if you get the ID number, you also get the vision and the gender.
Yep. How about you tell me about the victim's ID number?
I'm gonna freak if it's the ID, if it's the number that I fought against on Yu-Gi-Oh earlier today.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sure. No, it was 268 something something something. Sure. Why not? It's not like you were able to tell who that is from.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is get fucked.
The number is get fucked.
58, 42, 18, 9.
Hey, that's what we need. Whoa, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. And we have to remember these.
8, 2. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? I knew the victim of the police department. 5842189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meeting.
Everything
So
you
I
know
think
is
it is.
wrong.
What does this mean? Well, let's see what the defense has to say. You say the RD
Means he
number
got
of the
murdered twice.
You say the RD number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? It tells me this.
Gumshoe!
Witness? Chief? What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused.
This is news?
Huh?
Just come out with it. Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
Police department. The prosecutor's office. 2 places. 2 detectives murdered at
Prom
one
night.
time. Prom night. Actually, I happen to have the police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney,
He's a
remember?
detective now.
This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs aren't top secret. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh?
He forgot already.
Wait, that I do remember from the chief earlier. I started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the numbers right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Wait a second, right? What does this mean?
Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? That.
Oh, sharp as attack, Righto. Sharp as attack.
I've actually stepped on attack. Those are fucking sharp. That hurts.
You know, you say
Wait.
it hurts, but the sharper something is, the less hurty it is.
You know, that's fair. Up until you step on it a second time. And then the pain refreshes.
Well, at that point, I'll just call skill issue.
Fuck you. It seems to me that you've not experienced having stepped on one of those smooth end tacks. Those actually
I probably did ages ago, but I've probably forgotten that.
Yeah. Detective Goodman was our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
They stole our shit!
Yeah, Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact time.
That's impossible. So what are we saying? What you were saying is the same person was killed at the same time in a completely different location. I guess I was onto something when I said the whole facing thing.
Yep. Order! Chief, where's my sandwich?
Objection! No! What I want to know is why? Why didn't I hear about this? My father will hear about this. Sorry.
My father.
My father.
Father. Some Leviosa.
Yes, it's top secret. Fine, but I'm a prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get flustered. Your Honor, the police department made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error.
That's on you.
Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh, Officer Meekins? Mr. Phoenix, where have we heard that name before? Ah, wait! Ah! Oh no!
Yep, here we are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I am here at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you did not accept the report.
We're playing this in the early hours of the morning with his damn bullhorn feedback was a nightmare. Oh no.
Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the 𝓮𝓼 incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered at the police department evidence room. And Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officers tell me? Like, honestly, I'm not sure that officer was even capable of making the connection. He did seem, well, challenged. Yes, challenged. In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir! You could have submitted that report this morning to court as evidence. Then I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Don't
Well,
start with me.
well, Mr. Phoenix, go on.
Huh?
You got this.
Well, let's
Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the trial on the case. On the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright-o over there. Good job, Wright-o, my boy. My boy!
I was just doing my job.
No. No!
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
Oh, I know, you're going through a tough time, Worthy. Oh, with all the rumors and all. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Please, just give me one day to go get my fries from the oven before they burn. I'll get to the bottom of this if it's the last thing I do.
And it's right back to Whaleduck 2. The electric boogaloo.
I'm turning off the heat and I'm standing.
Okay.
You'd better get results this time, really. Ah, there we go. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Edgeworth.
Poor Edgeworth, what about poor me? I don't think there's ever been
You're
an
not
error
on the
this
fire.
serious in the history of the court. I'll grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Oh!
Yeah.
Right, very well. Court is adjourned. Get the hell out of here, scrubs.
I'm gonna 360 no scope all over this place.
Oh God, don't ever say that again. I forbid you from saying that again.
Don't you know you run faster with a knife?
All right. Oh God, we've been streaming for about 3 hours, and most of it was spent talking about random shit.
Time-wise, I'd say it's your call.
I say we continue this Wednesday. It's the investigation. It's the investigation. But Thursday, Whaleduck, will you be able to join me for Warframe?
Oh, you want to frame it up?
I would like to frame it
should
up
be able to.
on Thursday.
Should be able to.
All right. But for now, we definitely are going to call it here. Welcome, if you could please, end game. We managed to get through to this. All right, let's find someone who we're going to raid into. She's offline. Ooh. GG's indeed.
Tasty?
Hey, I'll ask you guys. You want to raid a demon or do we want to raid a necromancer?
Oh gosh, now that is a tough one.
It is very tough.
You know, I'd say the fact that Gant is Damon Gant. I'd say let's go with demon.
Well, I'm asking all. We could go with
I'm
a demon
just saying my
or a
preferences.
necromancer. That's fair. Oh, we have someone saying go for the demon. So we're gonna go raid out, and we're gonna go visit Yarnyland.
Well, that's a yarny piece of work.
So I wish you all a nice, wonderful day out there. Please be safe, everyone. And as always, the same authorized
remember,
for hire.
Bumblebee Tuna.
Yeah, Bumblebee
Me
Tuna.
too. I wish you all a nice, wonderful day. Please be safe out there.
Right and out. Dropkick with love and appreciations. Bye.
We will see each other again in October very soon. I wish you all a nice, wonderful evening.
All right, it's Melania and Dane. Drop kicking with love and appreciation to welcome in Raiders. It's going good. It's going good. I haven't done anything yet, but it's going good. What? I've been drop